Hey guys, my name's Gene. I'm here to do a segment on celebration of life for Secret Men's Business. Um, Quite flattered to be asked to do this actually because it's not every day that someone asks you to talk about your life and the positives and negatives, I guess, that you come across every day. I was asked a few weeks ago by Joe to do this, and wasn't so sure about it first, but thought, you know what, if I can show some insights on how I get through my day, then I'm more than happy to share it, especially when it comes around men's health, especially mental health and so forth, which I guess a lot of us at the moment are struggling with or have struggled with, especially over time. Men's health is extremely important, and Joe spoke to me in regards to how I continue to try and stay positive through, especially lockdown and so forth. Not that we've had as much lockdown here where I am as maybe Victoria, but we certainly went through it back with the rest of the country back in March, April. So just a bit about myself. I'm Gene. I'm 39. I grew up here in the Hunter Valley, a small town called Greta, near the Colburn Vineyards, beautiful area. I guess I moved away when I was about 19, mainly because I wanted to be a volunteer at the Sydney Olympics, which I did successfully. And probably one of the greatest achievements of my life was doing the volunteering at the Games. Stayed in Sydney for a little bit, missed home, came back, did a few years back up here, and then eventually I think it was time to move back to Sydney. I was there for quite some time, a couple of times back and forth, until the end of 2015 when I decided that it was time to expand myself and I wanted to live in London. So I did. Twice actually, I went to London, and I only got back in January this year, or excuse me, just before Christmas this year. Timing was perfect actually, because it was not too long before COVID hit, and I've been home here in the Hunter Valley with my family ever since. The main reason I came home was to help care for my dad, who was diagnosed with MS in August last year. And I guess that sort of made my decision a bit clearer when I was deciding what I wanted to do at the mid to end last year in the UK. But I do miss the UK, and a couple of times I've thought about packing up and going back when everything's back to normal, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, just a bit about myself. I love the beach. I am an avid football supporter, as in rugby league. Well, I like all sports mainly. I love photography. Very much into the beach, as I said. Traveling is my passion, which you've probably already got by now. I'm a massive fan of travel, and I'm really hoping that we can get to go traveling as soon as possible. But I think, at the time being, maybe we should use this time to sort of appreciate what we've got here at home. We live in the most beautiful country in the world by far, I'm sure of it, after seeing a lot of countries. And I think we should maybe try and sort of, go around and see our own country and sort of appreciate what we've got. Joe has asked me to talk about a few things, and in particular, mainly around mental health and sort of, trying to sort of get an insight as to where I've been, and how I'm sort of adapting to things. Mental health is huge in this country, not actually in this country, but in the world. And there are a lot of things you can do to try and combat and improve your mental health. I think as a society in Australia, we don't talk about it as much as we should. It's getting better from where it was. And I'm sure everyone can resonate that there have all been times where, you've wanted to chuck the towel in, or you've just felt so down and out, and you don't know where to turn. I have had many occasions in my life where that has been the case. But I think one of the biggest things is at the end of the day, I know this is a cliche, but it really is. It generally does get better. And whether you seek support through counselling to help with that, family or friends, work, I've found a number of things over the years have helped me, but the one thing that has always helped me is training and the gym. I guess a story that probably we could all probably relate to. I was I was about 29 when I started the gym. I'm 39 now. I've just turned 39. I walked into a gym for the very first time and I was petrified. Um, there's a number of reasons why I hadn't gone to the gym and why I had decided at that time to go to the gym. Um, everyone has their own reasons for not going or foregoing. Mine are primarily, and I'll be honest, you're one of those people that sometimes go to the club and just no one looks at you and ignores you. And as much as that sounds a bit vain, it can be really detrimental to your mental health when people just ignore you and don't and just look straight through you. And that was primary reason at the time. And I think as it got along and as I started to see results and started to feel a bit better about myself, it didn't so much become about the looking good. It became more about here and here. So I'm an avid believer of looking after yourself in regards to eating properly and physical exercise. Now, I'm not saying eat lettuce leaves every day because I don't. I am an avid lover of chocolate. I do like a drink, moderately. I love pizza, and I do like my sweet things like cakes and donuts and different things like that. But if you eat moderately, you can afford to eat well. You can afford to eat like that and still be well at the same time. So just back to the gym point. So if you've watching this and you've never been to a gym before, I strongly encourage that you go. And it's not for everybody, but I think the benefits outweigh the cons. The pros outweigh the cons. My mental health now depends a lot on going to the gym and exercising, and it does keep me in check. I have been through depression, admittedly, and it's not nice. It's not nice at all. But one lesson that I would encourage everyone to learn and to keep in mind is that talking about it, or at least writing it down, you don't have to show anyone, but getting it off your chest somehow in any means necessary is the key to feeling better. We all go through down times, whether it be through a relationship breakup or a financial reasons, or there are so many different things that can cause you to be down and to be depressed. And I think that as a society, we are starting to get hold of that, and we are starting to realise that talking about it and getting it out there is not such a bad thing. And the stigma behind depression is and has been shocking and has been absolutely horrible. Tough men not talking about the depression and holding it in, and I don't cry because I'm too tough and so forth. That's just rubbish, absolute rubbish. It is an older generation mindset which we need to crack, because we're losing too many young people these days to suicide and mental related incidents, which is just absolutely heartbreaking. I know someone who has been through that, quite a few actually. I know families in my local town and around here that have lost people through suicide, and it is probably the most heart-wrenching thing to learn that a young, healthy person with the rest of their life ahead of him has done that. And it's preventable. A lot of the time, it's preventable. I think talking about stuff like that, getting off your chest, writing it down, is definitely something that, even if you're having an off day and you're not so much depressed, but you're just having one of those days, write it down, bring a friend, tell family, because, stopping it and preventing it starting is the key. I'm quite lucky. I've got a very good friends and family network. I always have. I try not to, go into too much detail with family on a lot of things, because sometimes it is private and you like to keep it to yourself. But I think the main point when you are feeling very flat and you need to talk to someone, you should always go and talk to someone, even if it's a doctor. I know doctors do tend to listen, and will always forward you to the right direction if you ever need to talk to someone. And on that point, I do feel that there is a lot of support networks out there. You can Google it. It's always advertised. There's always Lifeline. But anyway, I will have a segment specifically on that in the future when I do another segment, and I hope you all will be able to listen and enjoy that. So today pretty much was just a quick hello, to get to know me just a little bit brief before I start doing a few more segments. So I just want to thank Joe for pushing me to do this in a nice way, because I can tend to be a bit shy sometimes, and I'm really grateful to have the opportunity to try and to help people out, and to give them some advice or some insight into things that have helped me over the past few years. So I guess in my next few segments, I guess I'll be talking about sort of directions, work, where I want to go to. I guess one thing that Joe also asked me to talk about was he said quite grounded about myself, and as you should be. He wanted me to talk about how I stay grounded, and just some different aspects on how I've improved myself over the years and how I continue to try and improve myself. Excuse me. But I am very excited to be doing some podcasts, and I'm great to join the Secret Men's Business team, and it's definitely put a smile on my face. And I'd just like to thank everyone for making me welcome in this group, and I cannot wait to be able to talk to you guys in the future. And it's been fantastic. But talk to you soon, and enjoy your week, guys.